Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our weather window today. And once again, we did see a little bit of that blue sky and a mixture of clouds and blue sky, and just a gorgeous shot of the Wenatchee Valley looking down from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights. Boy, just beautiful shot as the snow is piling up on the Cascades, but a fairly decent day today, but temperatures are steadily going down as we work our way through the rest of this work week. We'll stay pretty much in the mid-20s through Thursday and then around 20 on Friday. And by the time we get into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, very cold temperatures with mid-teens for highs and single digits for lows. We'll have your complete north central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is asking for help identifying a person who broke into the old John H. Osborne Elementary School building in Leavenworth and spray painted graffiti on walls. Fire officials suspect someone intentionally set fire to a pile of railroad ties Monday night just north of downtown Wenatchee. And a former orchard worker badly injured while working for milk growers is entitled to continued disability insurance 6 years after the fact. But first, our top story tonight. 2 Wenatchee Valley men are suspected in a plan to distribute thousands of fentanyl pills. 39-year-old Caleb Ryan Ritz and 36-year-old Sean James Drummond were arrested Friday on suspicion of drug possession with intent to deliver. The Columbia River Drug Task Force says Ritz sold fentanyl pills provided to him by Drummond. When detectives served a search warrant on Drummond's East Wenatchee residence, they allegedly found about 8,000 pills packaged for sale. Both men remain held in the Chelan County Jail with charges pending. Well, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is asking for help identifying a person who broke into the old John H. Osborne Elementary School building in Leavenworth and spray painted graffiti on walls. Surveillance video shows the incident happened about 6:15 p.m. on November 22nd. The Sheriff's Office said the person wrote the word spec in multiple areas in the former school. The building hasn't been used as a school since 2020 after the opening of the new Alpine Lakes Elementary School. In one of 3 surveillance videos released by the Sheriff's Office, an individual wearing a mask, hoodie, and ball cap can be seen applying the graffiti to one of the walls. In another, the person is shown walking around outside the building before setting up a camera on a tripod. Anyone with information on the suspect is asked to call Rivercom at its non-emergency number at 509-663-9911 and reference case number 22C12978. Well, fire officials suspect someone intentionally set fire to a pile of railroad ties Monday night just north of downtown Wenatchee. Wenatchee firefighters responded to the fire about 6:40 p.m. after several people reported seeing the flames. The fire was near the Riverside Playhouse in the 200 block of North Wenatchee Avenue. Kay McKellar of the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department said Burlington Northern Railroad brought in heavy machinery to break up the ties before the fire was knocked down. McKellar said a person was seen in the area prior to the fire. Fire investigators and Wenatchee police are now reviewing surveillance footage from a Chelan County PUD camera. Crews were able to clear the scene just before 8:30 p.m. Well, a former orchard worker badly injured while working for milk growers is entitled to continued disability insurance 6 years after the fact. That's the ruling from the State Court of Appeals, which turned down Stamilt's request to close the industrial insurance claim filed by Rafael Barreto Garcia. Garcia fell from an orchard ladder while picking apples in 2016 and suffered chest injuries which put him in a coma. His doctors say he suffers continued cardiac impairment due to the fall. When the State Board of Industrial Insurance Appeals ordered his claim to be closed, Garcia fought the order in Benton County Court, with Stamilt arguing against reopening. The appeals court ruled today that he's entitled to insurance for the medications that help control his heart condition. When we come back, the Northwest Avalanche Center yesterday examined conditions on Blewett Pass after the latest snowfall and reported finding a very weak snowpack. After 2 significant blasts of snow in the Wenatchee Valley in the past month, fire districts are asking residents to make sure clearing fire hydrants is part of their digging out process. And Chelan County leaders are registering opposition to the possible reintroduction of grizzly bears in the North Cascades. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Welcome back. In another news, the Northwest Avalanche Center on Monday examined conditions on Blewett Pass after the latest snowfall and reported finding a very weak snowpack. Katie Warren of the Avalanche Center said the bottom layer of snow from November is particularly troubling. She said crusts that once had to be cut with a saw are now brittle and will crumble in your hand. Warren said heavy snowfall last weekend added to the fragile snowpack from November, and that's likely the culprit in a recent collapse in a Blewett Pass meadow. The Avalanche Center has been warning about fragile snow conditions throughout the Cascades, including on Stevens Pass, which was closed this morning for more than an hour for avalanche control. Anyone venturing into the backcountry is being warned to carry an avalanche transceiver and check daily mountain reports from the Northwest Avalanche Center. Well, after 2 significant blasts of snow in the Wenatchee Valley in the past month, fire districts are asking residents to make sure clearing fire hydrants is part of their digging out process. Fire officials say having clear access to the hydrants is vital in their efforts to save and protect properties. On Monday night, Douglas County Fire District 6 firefighters in Mansfield were out doing their part. The district said many of its hydrants remain buried, and fire officials are asking residents to partner with firefighters in clearing out a 3-foot zone around those hydrants. Chelan County leaders are registering opposition to the possible reintroduction of grizzly bears in the North Cascades. The county has consistently opposed suggested plans by the National Park Service and U.S. Fish and Wildlife to repopulate the great bear in its former habitat. Chelan County Natural Resources Director Mike Caputa told county commissioners today he's drafting a letter to federal agencies to register their comments by tomorrow's deadline.
I recrafted the letter to focus on some things that we've said in the past, or that you've said in the past, on grizzly bear reintroduction. One, that we have consistently as a county opposed the reintroduction. We've consistently expressed concern about impacts to rural communities. And I also suggested in here that the federal agencies have an obligation to coordinate with local governments, and they failed to do that.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa end of the year blowout sale is going on now. Spas are scientifically proven to improve sleep and ease arthritis pain. Let us help you find the perfect spa today. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is helping families reconnect, one hot tub at a time.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Since the Chelan County Behavioral Health Unit was formed last year, it has grown from 1 mental health specialist to 4 and has officially become a unit of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. The BHU assists law enforcement in dealing with people suffering mental health issues. In tonight's feature story, Program Manager Anna Johnson talked with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz about how her unit works hand in hand with officers and deputies.
When you go on a call, okay, we need to bring in the BHU on this particular deal, you don't go in alone, right? You're always going in with somebody from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office just for that insurance purposes.
Yeah, if it's an initial call and we know that there's weapons or maybe there's a history of violence, and I think that's the beauty of the partnership is that we can access our records to see if we've had contact with an individual in the past, and we keep a summary of things that would be pertinent for us to know, such as medications providers, family supports, and the other side is the law enforcement side and being able to see what kind of involvements, if there's anybody that is a good support person for this individual. So I think that's the beauty of having both of us in a co-response is being able to determine, what level of safety we need to take. So yeah, for initial calls, most likely we have a law enforcement officer go with us. And then if it's deemed safe, we're able to say, hey, we're okay. Or in follow-ups, we like to have, we don't necessarily call law enforcement if we've already passed that threshold. We've also had other agencies within Washington State contact us to see what we're doing and, how do you get this started? What have you guys learned? What have been your successes, your challenges, and just trying to model something very similar to Chelan County. So I think that in itself speaks for itself. And most recently we had Athens, Clark, Georgia coming out. They came out and shouted us for a little bit and kind of had a talk session about their program and how to implement some of the things that we're doing here in Chelan County.
I hope your Tuesday was a good one. Let's take a look at what our weather holds in store for us as we make our way through the rest of the work week. Beautiful shot once again. This is from our Rock Island camera, and you can see the sun as it set this afternoon, just shining a little bit on the Columbia River, also the Rock Island Pond and all that snow that we have here in the Wenatchee Valley. We recorded the second coldest November ever on record in the Wenatchee Valley, and boy, it has been chilly this December. We might do it again this month. 28 our high temperature today, and once again, all of this month, we have been below normal for this time of year. I think Sunday and once again yesterday, 36, a touch above, but boy, it's been a cold one. 34 is our normal high for this day. 53 is our record high. That was set in 1979. 18 our low this morning, 25 normal, and our record low is 4 degrees, which was set in 1972. Sunrise 7:40 and the sun set this afternoon at 4:10. Let's take a look at your Wednesday weather, and things aren't going to change a whole lot. We're in this dry, cooler than normal pattern, and we're going to stay that way tomorrow too. 26 in Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy, and then a few scattered 27s around Entiat, Kashmir, here in the Wenatchee area. Cool spot, Lake Wenatchee tomorrow with a high temperature of 20 degrees. Taking a look at tonight, we could see some patchy fog develop, so that could affect your morning commute tomorrow. Black ice, it was slick out there this morning. Mostly cloudy then overnight with low temperatures again, basically in the upper teens. For Wednesday, remember that fog in the morning and those slippery road conditions. We'll see some sunshine by Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures a lot like today. We just talked about that, the mid to upper 20s. For Thursday, once again, maybe a little bit of that morning freezing fog and black ice, sunny in the afternoon, highs down into the mid-20s, a big swath of cold air sliding down from Canada, and that's going to be our forecast as we move into Friday. Partly cloudy and cooler. We're going down into the lower 20s for high temperatures on Friday. Boy, a lot of cold northerly air coming down from the Gulf of Alaska, and by Saturday, cloudy. We will see an area of low pressure right over here in the northwestern part of the state. That could kick some showers our way. This is during the day, but as we make our way into the evening hours on Saturday, a chance that we could see some scattered snow. Sunday, the real cold moves in, mostly cloudy and cold as that cold air just comes rushing into the state. We'll see highs on Sunday only in the upper teens. And it gets worse than that on Monday, folks. Moving into Monday, once again, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and cold with capital letters. We're going to see highs only in the mid to upper teens with lows in the single digits. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast brought to us by Apple Valley Honda. Tonight, the start of the cold weather overnight, 19 degrees overnight, 27 tomorrow. We're going to experience that morning fog both Wednesday and Thursday. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny then each day by afternoon. 27 the high Wednesday, 25 on Thursday. Look what starts happening to our overnight lows though. 14 overnight Thursday into Friday, and then 13 overnight Friday as we get into the weekend. Maybe a chance for a scattered snow shower. That's late in the day Saturday into our early evening hours. By Sunday, mostly cloudy, and then we just get downright cold. 18 for our high Sunday, mostly cloudy, continued cold on Monday, 17 your high, and 9 degrees the overnight low. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
The holiday season is here, and life is hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
NCWLIFE Channel is your home for local sports with the Wenatchee Panthers and East Mont Wildcats right here. Coverage brought to you by Abby's Pizza, BioSports Physical Therapy, Clean Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Together for You. Follow all the action right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
And now, it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
I'd normally say a happy Tuesday to you, but for Cougar fans and much of college football, it is not a happy Tuesday. Mike Leach has passed away. The current head coach for the Mississippi State Bulldogs suffered a massive heart attack at his home on Sunday. He was 61 and leaves behind his wife Sharon, 4 children, and 3 grandchildren. Now, Leach endeared himself to our state by coaching the Washington State Cougar football team from 2009 to 2019. He led the Cougars to 6 bowl games at a Pac-12 North Championship in 2018. Moreover, Coach Leach was a character from the word go. He spoke his mind, whether you liked it or not, and had a depth well beyond X's and O's. I can't tell you how many parents of players who chose to send their sons to play for Coach Leach who talked today about his impact on their sons' lives outside the lines more than on the field. Mike Leach was also unafraid of any question, and some of his best ramblings came out of left field. So tonight, I thought it appropriate to bring you some of the shining moments of Coach Leach while he was a Coug.
You know, I hope there's Bigfoot. I don't think there is. The reason I don't think there is because we found bones of dinosaurs and everything else, but we haven't found bones that I've heard of Bigfoot. It'd be fun if there's Bigfoot. I hope there's Bigfoot. But my guess is there is not. To me, why only this planet? Why only us? I mean, if it can happen here, I mean, to me, it's always been naive. You know, on Earth, they say, oh, well, we're the only ones. I mean, really, why? Have you been to the other planets? Have you checked out the other planets? I mean, to me, it makes more sense that if it happened here, it happened somewhere else than it does that it only happened here.
And I think they're good in soup, too. You never hear people talk about putting them in soup, but I think that's a good way to use them. Pretty much anything. I think they're good in chili. I think they're good in like chowder type of stuff. Anything where you want a little bit of cheese in there and and then still kind of a little crackery and crunchy, you know.
The conversations won't happen. I mean, 10 years from now, there ain't going to be anybody talk to anybody. You know, it's going to be this. You know, do you want to go out on a date with me? I don't know. What do you look like? Well, I look kind of like this. Okay, well, what are your interests? Well, what do you think my interests are? Looking into this thing and typing into this, just like yours are. Well, yeah, no kidding. That's what everybody's doing. Yeah, that's right. Virtually everyone. Well, where do you want to go? Well, what difference does it make? Because all we're going to be doing is looking in this machine anyway.
My wisdom would be you have to stay out of the way. Now, and I wish you a very happy marriage, and I'm sure you'll have one. But I'm just telling you, when it comes to marriages, the women lose their mind. Your fiance's going to lose her mind. Your mother-in-law is going to lose her mind. Your mom is going to lose her mind. Several of your sisters and female relatives are going to lose their mind, and they're gonna barrage you with constant questions. That's a great question. Pirates get better gear. Pirates get better gear and better weather. You know, Vikings, you'd have a little better home life, it seems. You know, you could still go back and you know, if you didn't get killed, you could go bounce the kids around once you got back home with, you know, whatever you hoisted out of Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, you know. But I do think that ketchup is good on salt and vinegar potato chips.
Coach, if they made a movie about your life, what would the title be?
What kind of mythical powers does a sun devil have? We got to consider that. I'm going to say the Wildcat's out. The Trojan, does he have a horse or is he on foot? Does he have a bow and arrow or just his sword? The Bruin, definitely formidable. Another bear up there at Cal. The tree, I imagine that tree's going to get chopped down. The duck might lose interest and just fly away and get out of there, which may be good advice under the circumstances. The husky, no chance. The beaver, well, we'll see how long that beaver can hold his breath. The ute, again, we're back to, is he on horseback? Does he have a bow and arrow? Did he trade for a rifle? I mean, you know, because if that ute's got a rifle, there's some definite problems. A buffalo's going to be pretty hard to tangle with. I mean, a buffalo's utterly outstanding. Butch is going to have to be
clear-minded and crafty. I mean, Butch will find a way. There's no question. The Coug will find a way. I certainly wouldn't rule out life somewhere else other than just Earth, because, see, to me that seems like a lot less of a stretch than the notion that, oh, we're the only one. We're the only one special enough that lightning struck a puddle of mud, or we're the only one special enough that God cares about enough to have life on this planet. Say, I don't believe that. I mean, everybody wants to be special, but I don't think we're that special.
Once a Coug, always a Coug. Go swing your sword, Mike, and find your inner pirate.
Hey, do you know how to get to Lubbock?
You got to take 61 up to 23.
Hey, Dillon East, right? You're the coach at Dillon East. You've lost your inner pirate. Sword. Have you ever heard swing your sword? You're supposed to swing your sword like this. You're swinging yours like this. I mean, you've got to find your inner pirate. A lot of times things just happen for a reason. We don't know why God wants it that way, but you can't make the best out of it until you get back your inner pirate. You might be the luckiest man alive and not even know it.
Certainly going to miss Coach Leach. For more on sports, head to our website at NCWLIFE.com. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much for that, Eric. Fantastic. And now let's take another check of your weather forecast. Our temperatures are on the way down as we make our way through the week. 27 tomorrow, so a lot like today, and then the cool down, a couple of degrees a day. Thursday, 25, maybe some morning fog on both Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, quiet and 23, maybe some afternoon and evening snow showers on Saturday, and only 21 for our high before the real cold weather moves in on Sunday and Monday. Mostly cloudy on both Sunday and Monday. 18 the high Sunday, 10 the low, and 17 the high on Monday, with 9 degrees the overnight low. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, she's back. Anna Johnson, the manager of the Behavioral Health Unit out of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. Things are good in your department right now. You got warm bodies.
Things are great, yes. We have 4 people, including myself now.
And you're fully funded, and it is a success story to get the people who need the help that they need, get them out of jail, and get the professional help that they need. We'll get an update from Anna from the Behavioral Health Unit on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, guys, and that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life channel.